A 70-year-old mystery may finally be solved. It involves tons of gold and jewels stolen by Nazi thieves.
Du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich mich in diesen Jahren für dich eingesetzt habe.
World War II, a defining period of the 20th century, left behind numerous secrets, artifacts, and historical sites. One of the most intriguing aspects of this era is the discovery of hidden treasures, wrecks, and locations, each with its own fascinating story. This video explores 15 such significant finds, beginning with the infamous discovery of Hitler's bunker. Number 1. Discovery of Hitler's bunker. The discovery of Adolf Hitler's Führer bunker, the final headquarters of the Nazi regime, has been a subject of intense interest and investigation. Located in the center of Berlin, Germany, the bunker was designed to be a fortified shelter for Hitler and his inner circle during the closing days of the war. The bunker's construction began in 1936 and was expanded in subsequent years, becoming an extensive underground complex. It was here that Hitler spent his last weeks making critical decisions and ultimately taking his own life alongside his longtime companion Eva Braun. The Soviets discovered the bunker in May 1945 as they took control of Berlin. However, the exact details of the events inside remained shrouded in mystery for years. The Soviets were keen to suppress information related to Hitler's death and the bunker, leading to various conspiracy theories and misinformation. After the war, the Führer bunker's entrance was buried, and the exact location was kept secret for decades. The East German government even attempted to destroy the bunker in the 1950s, but was only partially successful. It was not until the late 1980s, with the fall of the Berlin Wall and the reunification of Germany, that the site began to receive more attention. Archaeologists and historians started to conduct more thorough investigations. Several artifacts were uncovered, providing insight into the daily lives of those who inhabited the bunker. Personal belongings, military documents, furnishings, and structural elements were excavated, adding valuable context to the historical narrative. Number 2. Sinking of the Bismarck. The Bismarck was a German battleship and one of the most feared warships of World War II. Named after Chancellor Otto von Bismarck, its short-lived yet dramatic existence culminated in a historic naval engagement that resulted in its sinking. Launched in 1939, the Bismarck was a remarkable feat of naval engineering. Armed with powerful guns and protected by thick armor, the ship was seen as nearly invincible. The British Royal Navy recognized the threat posed by the Bismarck, and the vessel became a top priority target. The Bismarck's maiden voyage took place in May 1941, when it was sent to disrupt Allied shipping in the Atlantic. Accompanied by the heavy cruiser Prince Eugen, it engaged the British battlecruiser HMS Hood and the battleship HMS Prince of Wales. The battle resulted in the sinking of the Hood, a shocking loss for the British. Following this victory, the Bismarck was pursued relentlessly by the Royal Navy. Damaged by an air attack from torpedo bombers, the battleship's steering was compromised, making it difficult to maneuver. The British fleet capitalized on this weakness and engaged the Bismarck in a fierce battle. On May 27, 1941, British warships, including the battleships HMS Rodney and HMS King George V, cornered and bombarded the Bismarck. After a relentless assault that lasted hours, the Bismarck was critically damaged and began to sink. The exact circumstances of the sinking remain debated, with some suggesting that the German crew scuttled the ship to prevent capture. Of the more than 2,200 crew members aboard the Bismarck, only 114 survived, making it one of the deadliest naval engagements of the war. The wreck of the Bismarck lay undiscovered for decades, its exact location unknown. It wasn't until 1989 that an expedition led by American oceanographer Robert Ballard, who had previously discovered the wreck of the Titanic, located the remains of the Bismarck. Number 3. The finding of U-505. The U-505 was a German-type IIC U-boat used during World War II. Its capture by the United States Navy on June 4, 1944 was a significant event, marking the first time a U.S. Navy vessel had captured an enemy vessel at sea since the 19th century. However, the U-505's journey didn't end there, as it later became an important museum exhibit. Commissioned in 1941, U-505 was involved in numerous patrols and skirmishes. Under the command of various captains, it managed to sink 8 Allied ships. However, its career was fraught with mechanical problems and mishaps. The U-505's capture came about as a result of Operation Teardrop, an effort to track and capture or destroy German U-boats operating in the Atlantic. The U.S. Navy, using intelligence and advanced anti-submarine tactics, managed to locate U-505 off the coast of West Africa. In a combined attack involving aircraft and surface vessels, U-505 was heavily damaged, forcing the crew to abandon ship. A boarding party from the USS Guadalcanal quickly secured the U-boat, recovering invaluable codebooks, documents, and equipment that would aid the Allied codebreakers. The capture of U-505 was kept a secret from the public and even from most of the U.S. military to prevent the Germans from realizing that their codes were compromised. The U-boat was towed to Bermuda, where it was studied in secrecy. After the war, U-505 faced the prospect of being used for target practice and sunk. However, a campaign led by Captain Daniel Gallery, who had overseen its capture, and Admiral Gallery's brother, Rear Admiral Philip D. Gallery, led to the U-505's preservation. In 1954, the U-505 was donated to the Museum of Science and Industry in Chicago. It was a monumental task to move the massive submarine to its new home, requiring an extensive and complex effort involving multiple modes of transportation. Number 4. Recovery of the Amber Room. The Amber Room, often referred to as the eighth wonder of the world, was a masterpiece of Baroque art crafted predominantly from amber, gold, and precious stones. Created in the 18th century, it adorned the Catherine Palace near St. Petersburg, Russia. Its fate during World War II remains one of the enduring mysteries of the era. The Amber Room was a gift from the King of Prussia to Peter the Great in 1716. Over the years, it became a symbol of Russian opulence and artistry. However, during the German invasion of the Soviet Union in World War II, the room was dismantled by the Nazi army. The panels were packed into crates and transported to Königsberg Castle in what is now Kaliningrad, Russia. The trail of the Amber Room goes cold after the war, leading to numerous theories about its fate. Some believe it was destroyed during the Allied bombings. Others think it may have been hidden away in a secret location. Despite many efforts to locate the original Amber Room, it remains missing to this day. Several expeditions were conducted throughout the latter half of the 20th century, exploring mines, bunkers, and castles where the Amber Room might have been concealed, but no definitive trace of the original has ever been found. However, the story of the Amber Room took a remarkable turn when a decision was made to recreate this lost masterpiece. The Russian government, along with private donors and German support, embarked on a painstaking effort to rebuild the Amber Room. Using old photographs, descriptions, and employing the skills of expert craftsmen, the restoration took over 20 years and cost more than $11 million. The recreated Amber Room was inaugurated in 2003 at the Catherine Palace, where visitors can once again marvel at its splendor. The mystery surrounding the original Amber Room continues to tantalize historians, treasure hunters, and art enthusiasts alike. Rumors and alleged sightings persist, keeping the legend of the Amber Room alive. Despite the loss of the original, the recreated Amber Room stands as a testament to human artistry and determination. It symbolizes the effort to reclaim a piece of cultural heritage that was nearly lost to the ravages of war. Number 5. The excavation of Spitfire planes in Burma. The Spitfire, a British single-seat fighter aircraft, played a critical role during World War II, particularly in the Battle of Britain. Its streamlined design and superior performance made it a symbol of British resilience and technological prowess. Yet, not all Spitfires ended their service in battle. A surprising chapter in the Spitfire's history unfolded in Burma, now Myanmar, where a number of these iconic planes were allegedly buried. As World War II drew to a close, logistical challenges and rapidly changing military needs led to unusual decisions. Among the most intriguing was the supposed burial of brand-new, unassembled Spitfires in Burma. Rather than shipping the planes back to Britain or leaving them in the hands of a potentially unstable post-war government, the decision was allegedly made to bury them in large crates. This story lingered in the realm of legend for decades, fueled by first-hand accounts of soldiers and personnel who claimed to have witnessed the burial. Interest in the buried Spitfires grew, leading to a search that captured the imagination of aviation enthusiasts and historians. In 2012, a significant effort to excavate the Spitfires began, led by British farmer and aviation enthusiast David Cundall. With the support of the Burmese government and private investors, excavations were carried out at Yangon International Airport and other sites where the planes were believed to be buried. The search was filled with challenges, setbacks, and controversies. Geophysical surveys provided inconsistent results, and the historical record was often vague or contradictory. Critics questioned the validity of the claims, and some experts argued that the burial of the Spitfires never happened. Despite extensive digging and exploration, the excavation team did not uncover the Spitfires as hoped. What they did find, however, were valuable insights into wartime logistics, land use, and the challenges of reconstructing historical events from fragmentary evidence. The absence of physical findings did not entirely dispel the legend of the buried Spitfires. Some continue to believe that the planes may still be concealed elsewhere, waiting to be discovered. Others see the story as a wartime myth, symbolizing the complexities and absurdities of global conflict. Number 6. Discovery of the Yamashita treasure. The Yamashita treasure, also known as Yamashita's gold, refers to the legendary war loot allegedly amassed by the Japanese forces during World War II. Named after General Tomoyuki Yamashita, it is said to include gold, jewels, and valuable artifacts stolen from various Southeast Asian countries. After Japan's surrender, the location of this treasure became one of the great unsolved mysteries. Many treasure hunters have embarked on quests to find Yamashita's gold, using maps and clues that often proved to be misleading or false. The Philippine government officially claimed to have found a part of the treasure in 1971. However, the details remain controversial, and the existence of the Yamashita treasure continues to be debated by historians and researchers. Some believe the treasure was a fabrication, while others think that portions of it may have been discovered and secretly recovered. Whether myth or reality, the story of the Yamashita treasure continues to inspire intrigue and adventure. It symbolizes the greed, secrecy, and complexities of wartime actions, and its elusive nature adds to the mystique of World War II's unresolved mysteries. Number 7. Wreckage of USS Indianapolis. The USS Indianapolis was a U.S. Navy cruiser known for its tragic sinking in the final days of World War II. After delivering critical parts for the atomic bomb that would be dropped on Hiroshima, the ship was torpedoed by a Japanese submarine on July 30, 1945. Of the 1,196 crew members on board, approximately 300 went down with the ship, while the rest were left stranded in shark-infested waters without lifeboats or sufficient supplies. Rescue efforts were delayed due to a series of miscommunications and oversights, and only 316 sailors and Marines were eventually rescued. The sinking of the USS Indianapolis remains the U.S. Navy's single greatest loss at sea. The wreckage of the ship lay undiscovered for over 7 decades. It wasn't until 2017 that a team led by Microsoft co-founder Paul Allen located the remains of the USS Indianapolis. Resting at a depth of more than 18,000 feet in the Philippine Sea, the discovery of the wreckage provided closure to survivors and their families. The discovery also spurred renewed interest in the ship's history, including the controversial court-martial of its captain, Charles B. McVeigh III, who was later exonerated. The USS Indianapolis's story is a haunting reminder of the human cost of war and the unpredictable nature of the sea. The discovery of its wreckage serves as a tribute to those who served on the ship and a valuable historical artifact that continues to shed light on a tragic and significant moment in naval history. Number 8. Uncovering of the Nazi Gold Train. The legend of the Nazi Gold Train has captivated treasure hunters and historians alike. It is said to be a train loaded with gold, jewels, and precious artifacts stolen by the Nazi regime during World War II, hidden somewhere in the mountainous region of Lower Silesia, now in Poland. The story goes that the train was buried in a secret tunnel as the Soviet forces advanced, in a desperate effort to hide the stolen wealth. Despite numerous searches, expeditions, and studies, the gold train has never been found, and evidence for its existence is largely anecdotal. In 2015, two treasure hunters claimed to have located the train using ground-penetrating radar. Their announcement sparked a media frenzy and a renewed search, involving significant investment and government oversight. However, extensive excavation failed to uncover the fabled train, and skepticism grew. The Nazi gold train remains an enduring enigma, wrapped in layers of myth, history, and desire. Whether a tantalizing treasure or a fanciful legend, the gold train story reflects the complex legacy of World War II and continues to ignite imaginations around the world. Number 9. The Hoxne Hoard, found by a soldier returning from WW2. The Hoxne Hoard is one of the largest and best-preserved collections of late Roman silver and gold ever discovered in Britain. It was unearthed in 1992 by Eric Laws, a retired gardener and World War II veteran, while searching for a lost hammer with a metal detector in Suffolk. The hoard consists of over 15,000 objects, including coins, jewelry, silver spoons, and gold items, dating back to the 4th and 5th centuries. Its discovery provides valuable insights into Roman Britain's history and the decline of the Roman Empire. The British Museum carried out a careful excavation, revealing the extraordinary craftsmanship of the items. The hoard's contents were declared a treasure trove, and Laws was rewarded with the market value of the find, which he shared with the landowner. Though not directly related to World War II, the Hoxne Hoard's discovery by a returning soldier adds a unique layer to its story. It serves as a connection between two significant periods in history and symbolizes the enduring allure of hidden treasures. The Hoxne Hoard continues to be a significant archaeological find, highlighting the potential for accidental discoveries to reshape our understanding of the past. The treasures of the Hoxne Hoard are now on display at the British Museum, where they continue to dazzle and educate visitors about a distant era. Number 10. Finding of the sunken aircraft carrier USS Yorktown. The USS Yorktown, an American aircraft carrier, played a pivotal role in the Pacific Theater during World War II. It was critically damaged during the Battle of Midway in June 1942 and ultimately sunk by Japanese torpedoes. The final resting place of the USS Yorktown remained a mystery for over 4 decades. In 1998, an expedition led by underwater explorer Dr. Robert Ballard, who is also famed for discovering the wreck of the Titanic, located the Yorktown more than 3 miles beneath the ocean's surface near Midway Atoll. The discovery of the USS Yorktown was a significant achievement in marine archaeology. Utilizing advanced technology and remote-operated submersibles, the expedition captured stunning images of the well-preserved wreckage. The exploration provided valuable insights into the ship's final hours and served as a haunting reminder of the human cost of war. The finding of the USS Yorktown represents more than just the uncovering of a lost naval vessel. It symbolizes the intersection of history, technology, and human perseverance. The ship's discovery has allowed historians to further study one of the most critical naval battles of World War II and helped ensure that the legacy of the USS Yorktown and those who served aboard her continues to be honored. Number 11. Discovery of Operation Bernhard's counterfeit money. Operation Bernhard was a secret Nazi plan during World War II aimed at destabilizing the British economy by flooding it with counterfeit Bank of England notes. Orchestrated by the SS, the operation produced an estimated £134 million in fake currency, utilizing concentration camp inmates with printing and forgery skills. The operation was halted in 1945 as the Allies advanced, and much of the counterfeit money was disposed of. However, some of the fake notes surfaced after the war, leading to investigations and intrigue. In 2000, a significant cache of Operation Bernhard's counterfeit money was discovered in the former hiding place of a senior SS officer. The hoard provided a tangible link to this audacious and dark chapter of wartime espionage. Additionally, divers exploring Lake Toplitz in Austria have recovered bags of the counterfeit notes, believed to have been sunk by retreating SS officers. These discoveries have allowed a detailed examination of the forgery techniques used by the Nazis and provided insights into the scope and complexity of the operation. Operation Bernhard stands as one of the most ambitious and sinister acts of financial warfare ever undertaken. The discoveries of the counterfeit notes serve as physical evidence of this bold wartime strategy and a grim reminder of the extent to which regimes will go to achieve their goals. The lingering effects of Operation Bernhard continued to be felt in the post-war years, leading to changes in the design of British currency and contributing to the lore of World War II's many clandestine operations. The physical remnants of this audacious plot continue to captivate historians, adding yet another layer to our understanding of the multifaceted and often shadowy nature of wartime tactics. Number 12. Uncovering of SS Gersoppa's silver cargo. The SS Gersoppa was a British cargo steamship that was torpedoed by a German U-boat and sank in 1941 while it was en route from India to Britain. The ship's cargo included a massive haul of silver, around 7 million ounces, meant to bolster the British war effort. The wreck of the SS Gersoppa lay undiscovered at a depth of approximately 4,700 meters until 2011, when the U.S. company Odyssey Marine Exploration located the shipwreck in the North Atlantic. The following year, a salvage operation was launched to recover the sunken silver. The operation was highly complex and marked one of the deepest and largest precious metal recoveries in history. By the time the recovery was completed, Odyssey had retrieved over 61 tons of silver bullion. The successful recovery has been celebrated as a remarkable feat of underwater archaeology and engineering. The finding of the SS Gersoppa's silver cargo not only brought a long-lost treasure back to the surface, but also illuminated a lesser-known aspect of maritime logistics during World War II. It serves as a vivid reminder of the vast resources, risks, and strategic planning involved in wartime economics. Number 13. Excavation of mass graves at Katyn Forest. The Katyn Forest massacre was one of the most horrific crimes of World War II, where approximately 22,000 Polish officers and intellectuals were executed by the Soviet NKVD in 1940. For years, the Soviets denied responsibility, and the exact details remained shrouded in secrecy and political controversy. The discovery and excavation of mass graves in the Katyn Forest and other locations began to unveil the truth. In 1943, the Nazis first uncovered the graves, using the discovery for propaganda purposes. After the war, further investigations were suppressed by the Soviets. It was not until the dissolution of the Soviet Union and the opening of archives that the full extent of the tragedy was acknowledged. In the 1990s, joint Polish-Russian excavations took place, leading to a more comprehensive understanding of the events. Forensic examinations of the remains, along with the study of documents and personal effects found in the graves, provided a harrowing insight into the systematic execution of the Polish victims. The excavations also allowed for the identification of many victims, giving closure to families and the Polish nation. The excavation of the mass graves at Katyn Forest is more than an archaeological finding. It's a deeply symbolic act of uncovering truth, honoring the memory of the victims, and confronting a painful chapter of European history. The ongoing efforts to study and commemorate the Katyn massacre reflect the complex interplay of history, memory, and justice, showing how the wounds of the past continue to resonate in the present. Number 14. Recovery of stolen artworks. World War II witnessed an unprecedented and systematic looting of art and cultural heritage on a massive scale, primarily by the Nazi regime. Thousands of artworks were confiscated, stolen, or forcibly sold, ending up in private collections, museums, and hidden storage. The recovery of stolen artworks began during the war and continues to this day, with a dedicated effort by governments, institutions, and individuals to trace, identify, and return these cultural treasures to their rightful owners or their descendants. One of the most significant initiatives was the establishment of the Monuments, Fine Arts, and Archives program, known as the Monuments Men. This allied group was tasked with locating and safeguarding cultural property in war zones. Their tireless work led to the recovery of millions of artistic and cultural items. After the war, the Allied forces discovered numerous hidden caches containing stolen art. Notable examples include the finding of over 6,500 paintings in a salt mine in Altaussee, Austria, and the discovery of art collections hidden in Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany. The restitution process has been complicated and fraught with legal, ethical, and historical challenges. Many artworks have been returned, while others remain lost or embroiled in ongoing disputes. The story of Gustav Klimt's painting Portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer I, restituted to Maria Altmann, became emblematic of these efforts, as depicted in the film Woman in Gold. In recent years, the use of digital technology, databases, and international cooperation has enhanced the ability to trace and authenticate stolen artworks. Institutions like the Art Loss Register and numerous national commissions continue to facilitate research, claims, and restitution. Number 15. Discovery of hidden Jewish artifacts in Lithuania. In recent years, a significant discovery was made in Lithuania that unveiled a hidden part of Jewish history during World War II. A research team uncovered a collection of Jewish artifacts and ritual objects hidden within the complex tunnel system of the Great Synagogue of Vilna. The Great Synagogue of Vilna was once a prominent center of Jewish life and scholarship, but was heavily damaged during the Holocaust and later completely demolished by the Soviets. Its ruins became a symbol of lost heritage. In 2016, archaeologists embarked on a project to explore the remnants of the synagogue and the surrounding area. They discovered a hidden chamber containing a cache of religious artifacts, including scrolls, prayer books, and other ceremonial objects. These items were believed to have been concealed by the Jewish community during the Nazi occupation to protect them from desecration or destruction. The discovery provides a tangible connection to the vibrant Jewish culture that once flourished in Vilna, known as the Jerusalem of Lithuania. It's also a poignant reminder of the lengths people went to preserve their heritage in the face of unspeakable persecution. The hidden artifacts of the Great Synagogue of Vilna contribute to the growing body of evidence documenting the resilience and cultural preservation efforts of Jewish communities during World War II. These discoveries not only shed light on a dark chapter of history, but also celebrate the enduring power of faith, identity, and human dignity. The items recovered are more than just historical artifacts. They're a living testament to a community's spirit and an enduring symbol of cultural survival. The excavation and study of these hidden treasures continue to enrich our understanding of a multifaceted history that still resonates deeply in our contemporary world.